A lot of practices to begin with when school starts is realistically what the player feels they need to work on. Obviously, once tournaments hit and we actually can get some knowledge of what the scores are and some knowledge of what issues are that a player is struggling with, then we can cater practices towards their particular weakness that they've been having the last few weeks or that actual tournament. As a coach, I hammer a lot of putting. We do a lot of putting. We do a lot of short game. Range work is something the players typically do on their own. I'm very limited on helping them with that. I would rather stay on the putting green and stay on wedges and work on short game. Off season, I don't feel there is an off season. There's no such thing as one. I think you do need rest. But as far as an off season goes, the good players will continue to practice. If they want to succeed and they want to help the program and they want to help us continue the success that we have had, they will do everything they can to not have an off season. Obviously, weather permitting is a big thing, but at the same time, if they do have 2 or 3 hours, I would expect them to go out and practice. But at the same time, a work ethic. I can't teach work ethic. Work ethic is something you have to have on your own. I can tell you guys time and time again, practices from this time to this time. But one thing I've done this year is I've never said when practice ended. I've always said we're going to start practice at 1:30 or 2 o'clock. It's up to the players when they want to end. And if they figure out it takes them 3 hours to work and they want to go home, I'm never going to say no. But obviously if the results are starting to slide a little bit, we can always go back to work ethic and if they're working on the right things. And that's all part of work ethic, is knowing what to work on and what not to work on particular days. The expectations are high. It's been 2 years in a row that we made it to regionals. Last year, by gosh, we made it by the skin of our teeth. I mean, the last team to get in. We're kind of sitting in the same position that we were last year, which is frustrating because I know how good we can be. I do expect to have a better spring. We struggled the last 3 tournaments in the fall just by silly mistakes. I think if we can clean up our card a little bit, clean up our decision making, I do expect us to contend in every single tournament. I do expect us to win our home tournament in April, and I do expect us to shock everybody at the regional preview, which is basically going to help us make it to the regional tournament. But I do expect to make regionals by the end of this year, and it doesn't matter to me if we're the 10th team to get in or if we're the 3rd team to get in. There's no seeding in regionals, you just go play. So I do expect to make it to regionals this year.